put pen to paper, and fax it in. With the early signing period's recruiting buzz, college football keeps the dormant days between the regular season and the bowl slate excited in a Twitter frenzy. But not every name gets an equal shake. Enter Mount Spokane's Kannon Katzer. Pick a linebacker, he'll make him miss in a phone booth. Washington State's 3A Offensive Player of the Year, GSL Offensive Player of the Year, a top 10 in-state prospect according to Scorebook Live, and the most prolific runner Spokane has seen in the past decade.
I don't know, I guess I shocked myself too.
Though the 5'10 halfback's currently caught between the title of breakout senior and undervalued talent, he's uncommitted after the early signing period.
I've sent emails to coaches and tried to get more contacts outside the area. The local schools aren't that interested. Well, let's go outside and expand the radius, and so that's kind of where I'm at right now.
I definitely say a lot of coaches are in my ear, but not a whole lot of offers.
He's garnered a full ride from Idaho State, but his heart points another direction.
Definitely WSU has been like my dream school, like my whole life probably. My Pop Warner team, we were the Cougars for like 7 years. I don't know, just always like Pullman.
He's the most hyped halfback to come out of Spokane since, well, Gonzaga Prep's Bishop Sankey, an eventual Washington Husky and NFL draftee. Katzer's topped him statistically his senior slate, but he isn't getting the same love from colleges, and it's for ill reason. Katzer was sidelined much of his junior year, missing out on crucial film to show recruiters.
It was quiet just because I was only able to play like 4 or 5 games. I was hurt. Against CV, I think week 4, I had like a 96-yard kick return, and then like at the 10-yard line, like my hip flexor and all those ligaments just pulled my hip off.
No junior year tape put a hole in the recruitment calendar, leaving his name largely unknown to colleges despite a 2,500-yard senior year campaign.
It wasn't out there. He wasn't a known commodity as much. He wasn't on school's radar to have him, watching him.
He came back a full head of steam his senior year, recording 300 yards from scrimmage in week 1.
He never wants to come off the field. When we're in practice, and he only played offense for us, and when we were doing our defensive time, he was our scout team running back. He was our scout team quarterback. He always wanted to do something. We were doing 7-on-7, and he wanted to jump in there and throw the ball. And some weeks it was okay, and we actually ended up putting in some Wildcat stuff because of that.
Katzer's road to Mount Spokane started with district rival Meade. With the Panthers, he got varsity time as a sophomore, but later followed his brother north across enemy lines with the Wildcats.
My son played with him on a Pop Warner team, so at that point I knew that he was a pretty good football player. Lost track of him for a couple of years, and then showed up again when he was a sophomore, and coached against him that year, and then he came over and was with us.
Katzer's a threat to score anytime he touches the ball from anywhere on the field. Clore can only recall 2 other such players that he's coached.
I can hang with the D1 boys. I definitely think I can. So just see what comes down the road.
Wazoo's backfield is already a full house, offering their scholarships this recruiting cycle. The Cougs are looking to pad the position with one last preferred walk-on slot and have offered Tumwater High's Dylan Payne, announced in a Twitter post last Thursday. If he forgoes, Katzer is expected to be next in line.
He's right up there with the best players in the last 10 years in the GSL.
So for now, the Mount Spokane Wildcat patiently waits for the right door to open, looking toward the day he finally inks his name with a program and maybe even live out his childhood dream donning the crimson and gray.
Sometimes I can get down on myself, but then I just tell myself that's not going to help. So just been working out and waiting for an opportunity to pop up.
National Signing Day is set for February 20th. From Meade, Washington, Andrew Bartline, Cougar Sports Network.